If you've ever flown in a dream, you might naturally assume it means freedom. But I had a dream that actually showed it could be a warning because in my dream, I could fly, but I probably shouldn't have been. Most dreams with flying can represent really wonderful things like growing in confidence, rising above something, or independence. It can also show you're taking control of something, especially if you're the pilot flying that plane, or there's no plane at all and you are soaring in your own body through the air. Flying often represents movement and elevation, but how you get there in the dream, it really matters. And that is what I'm going to show you in my real dream breakdown today, because how I was flying was critical to the meaning of this warning dream. If someone else is flying the plane and you feel confident in them or a little nervous, but you feel like you should trust them, that can often be an alignment with someone or something, an idea, or forward movement into the next phase of your life. Now, if you're struggling to fly, and I've had at least two of these, one of which I'm going to cover today, that can often mean like there's a pressure that's happening that is impacting your ability to rise above something. If you're falling, and again, that is at least in two of my flying dreams, one of which I'm going to cover today, and that can show, I guess, like instability. If you're falling, you're feeling unstable, or you're feeling scared, or there's instability in your life. Now, this is a good one, forcing the flight in any which way that can go. And I have one of these that I still haven't 100% gotten interpreted in my life, where I'm forcing myself onto a flight. That can mean striving. And I've interpreted enough of this dream that I'm not covering today to know that that fits that fits pretty darn well for what I was doing in the dream. Is that perhaps it's showing in life that I'm striving a little bit for something, or was. In flying dreams, the method is going to matter just as much as the movement. Today, I'm going to take you through just one of my flying dreams, and I've had many. They're very, very cool. And I want to walk you through one that ended up being a warning for me. But first, I want to talk to those that are new here. My name is Nicole, and I am a firm believer that your dreams at night are decoding your future. That's why I come in here and I share my personal dreams that have come to pass, how they come to pass, and how you break down those symbols so you can begin to use that information to break down your own dreams that you're having at night and begin to decode your future. So if you like this conversation, please hit the like button and subscribe so you know when new videos come out, and it tells the algorithms that people like you like content like this. All right, let's dig into this dream. It's actually the next dream that I have written in my dream journal as compared to what we went over earlier in the week, that shirt dream. Now, this one almost feels like a continuation of the same season that the shirt dream was pointing to, but it has a very, very different message. So this one was November 7th of 2023. I hemmed and hawed and didn't buy the plane ticket. Then I tried to take off from the plane area on my own with a kid and sailed for a good while. I first flew way above another airplane, but then dropped down so far I almost got hit by a truck. I'm back at the airport and I am trying to take off again, but I can't get the same wind. And I don't know how to make sure I'm headed in the right direction the whole time. I realized the kid isn't on with me, so I told him to get on, but nothing is working. I head into the airport again, and now I'm so sorry I didn't buy the ticket. That's critical. Aaron bought one and must take all the kids because I have to work. Liam will have to stop breastfeeding. There is no way now for me to buy a ticket, and I'm devastated. I think at least it'll be 2 or 3 days. I ask Aaron when they will return, and he says he doesn't know. I say, "You only got a one-way ticket?" I am beside myself now, and I'm angry. I want to say goodbye to the kids and leave so Aaron will feel my wrath, but I can't because I know these are the last few minutes I will get with them. Then there's a second part to the dream. We were flying over a dead earth area, dead with winter, and Aaron said he wanted that house, referring to a specific small square wooden house that needed some work. He was sure and resolute, I could tell, and I was surprised by it. I couldn't see how it, oh, I could see how it could be fixed up beautifully. And I said, okay, you mean to have it for an office or a workspace, right? I was a little concerned he wanted to live there permanently. Guys, this is one of the most powerful dreams I've ever had. And it has influenced me in ways that I couldn't even begin to explain to you today. Over time, I'll be able to explain more and more how powerful this dream is. At the time, for context, that I had this dream, Liam, my youngest, was clearly still breastfeeding, and that kind of plays in, but not in the sense like that dream was for right then. It wasn't for November of 23. I have now had many plane ticket and flight dreams. And the more that I had of these plane ticket and flight dreams, the theme became clear. The ticket that I needed to buy became very, very clear. Thank God, because this warning dream is showing that if I don't pay the price, I will miss out on my true flight. And let me break this down for you how. So I hemmed and hawed and didn't buy the plane ticket. So that is where, in reality, this was warning that if I farted around and I didn't want to pay what maybe felt like a steep price for my ticket or my access to something, then I, for a little while, would make it on my own. So while we're focusing on the flying here, is this second part where I have a kid, I am physically flying my own body. I'm not on anything. I fly up in the air with a child on my back, and I am doing great at first, to the point where I am passing another airplane. I am doing really well. But sometimes, if you think metaphorically and then you kind of turn that into reality, what this is showing is, sure, if I don't want to pay the price that I'm being told to pay for the ticket to go the right way to my destiny, then it's going to work for a while. And we've all been there. It's going to work for a while. And it's going to be where I'm carrying my future with me. That's the child on my back. But then eventually, as happens to all of us, that self-propelled air that got me flying all by myself is going to give out, and I'm going to fall, and I'm going to fall fast. And when I fall, I will almost get killed, right? It'll almost completely take me out with a semi truck. That is very, very strong imagery, and it is reflecting a very strong warning if I do not pay attention to this dream. Now, look, once I'm back on the ground and unable, like I try to restart it again by myself. And this time it's not going to happen. There's no wind to carry me up there. It's said and done. And this is when reality begins to hit me. Wow, I should have paid the price. And that price is different for all of us. I know at this point what that price is for me. And thank God that I had this dream in 23. And I have said this in my content before. Warning dreams are not there to scare you or to take away your peace. In fact, they're there to protect your peace. I understood, even before I understood what the ticket was, the dream sobered me. And I remember telling my late husband about it. Aaron is my late husband. I remember telling him about the dream. And what it did is it made me stay vigilant to look for anything that was coming in my future, that when it came, it felt like a steep price. And when that steep price was asked of me, and in fact, it came to pass, I recognized where that steep price was being asked of me. I went back to this dream. Well, I didn't even have to go back to it. It's like solidified in my brain because of the imagery being so strong in it. And I decided I was going to pay the price, and I was going to keep paying the price, because I recognized, look at the end of this part of the dream. Here, if I don't pay the price on the front side, that feels a little too heavy, maybe. This is the price I'll ultimately pay in life. And I think we can all take a lesson from this when we don't want to put in the work or pay the price for something on the front side. That you're always gonna pay. You always pay up. When you're an adult, you realize this. You're gonna pay later. You're gonna pay first. Or you're gonna pay later. And this is what paying later would have been for me. So Aaron and the kids all represent my future, my destiny, and where it's going. The sobering part is I didn't pay the price that I needed to pay, and it doesn't stop that destiny from moving forward. I just don't get to go with it. Whoo, right? Like, no, thank you. That is scary, very scary for me personally to think that I would miss my destiny. Then I realized I'm going to have to stop breastfeeding Liam. That shows that I'm not going to be able to, I won't have, when you think about breastfeeding, you're nourishing your child. Well, it's a nourishment of my future. So not only am I not going to get to move forward with that destiny, I am not even going to have the ability to nourish my future anymore. Not only will my destiny move on without me, I have to now work. I have to work for whatever I'm going to get next because I didn't pay the price on the front side to buy the ticket to take the proper path to my destiny. I mean, do you see how sobering that message is? It hit me to my core. Thank God, because then I made decisions differently moving forward. All right. Now, here's the next sobering part is that there's no way now I want to buy the ticket. Now I'm like, okay, it's worth it. I'll spend the money. I want to buy the ticket now because I want to go with them. Too bad, so sad. I can't buy the ticket. Then I'm asking Aaron, well, maybe it's just like 2 or 3 days. Like maybe it's just a little delay and then you're going to be back. And then I can be with my destiny again. I can have my future. No, it's a one-way ticket. That means that was a one-time opportunity. Now, generally, I am a believer that there's always a GPS recalibration. And to a certain extent, there would be. But this dream was showing that if I didn't pay the price, then there was not a recalibration. There was not a redirection. I missed it. I missed the boat. Here's the next critical part. When you look at these two dreams, they look like two separate dreams, right? But in fact, the first one is the warning, which thankfully the second one is showing two things. Do you notice in the second dream, I'm in flight with Aaron? That's critical. Also, it's representing the symbolism that is pointing towards the ticket that I need to buy. Does that make sense? Now, I'm flying over a dead earth area of winter, and that's a season of struggle. What is winter? Nothing grows in winter. Everything feels dead and not moving forward and frozen in time. Okay. That's a season, but I am flying. So it's representing that it already knew, the dream was already telling me, you're going to take this warning and you're going to make a different decision because of it. Thank God. So when you make that different decision because of it, here's what it is that you're buying. Here's the ticket you're buying. And then we're looking over, and I remember this dream. I'm looking down on the landscape from the plane. It's like a 2-seater plane. And I could tell, okay, so Aaron was sure and resolute that he wanted this little square wooden house that needed some work. That meant like, this is it. This is my destiny here. This little square wooden house that needs some work. This is my destiny. And I'm receiving that in the dream, okay? Because I see it's resolute. It is set in stone. It is done. And I'll tell you that as I had more and more ticket and flight dreams, I had so many. I have so many dreams referencing this specific season and this price that I'm paying, that it matches this dream spot on because there's no if, ands, or buts about it. This is set in stone as long as I pay the price. This is done. This will happen. Now, I love this last part of the dream. It says, I see how it can be fixed up beautifully. That's good. But then I'm like, but just like for a workspace, right? Just to go to and get some work done. But then at the end, I say, I was a little concerned he wanted to live there permanently. And it's so true. It's like, oh, okay. This is not just a work being done. This is not just to get something cleansed or built or completed in my soul. This is permanent. This is this is a permanent thing. So you can see the stark nature of this dream, and that in the warning, I realized too late. I realized too late to grab a hold of that destiny. But because I recognized dreams and knew how to interpret them in 2023 and kept and ruminated on it, I moved forward until I finally got to the ticket buying season, and I bought the ticket, and I will keep buying that ticket. I will keep paying the price because the dream and many other dreams show me what for. They show me that there is a purpose to the money that I'm paying out today. And I'm probably going to do another video on money because it's so representative of everything but cash. It's so representative of what we get and take. Okay. Now, what's critical to understand is that this dream, as all dreams are, wasn't about flying. It was about a decision or many decisions that I'd have to make over and over and over again to get up every day and decide to make that decision over and over again. And that is what the flight was actually about. Some dreams are there to encourage you about your freedom, but some dreams are there to tell you that your freedom could actually be a warning. That freedom, that sense of doing it yourself, could actually be taking away what is meant for you, what is your destiny. So if you are having flying dreams, don't just ask, what does it mean to fly? Ask how you're flying and why are you flying? If you made it all the way through to the end of this episode, thank you so much for watching. I love talking about dreams and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, hit the subscribe button because this channel is only here because of you. And if you want to dive deeper into your own dreams, I have a free community for that. See the link below.